We have two new joint CEOs now because Mariana Burmester has decided to retire, so she's still the owner of the company, but she has decided to leave her operational role, and so it made sense to have not only one but two new CEOs to completely replace the top management of the company. The two new CEOs have a very long history with Burmester, both of them, over 20 years, and they've known each other for an extremely long time. Torsten Pönig used to be our chief sales officer. He has an extremely long history with the company. He's now in charge of everything that has to do with sales, marketing, finance, HR and general management, generally speaking. And Thomas Schneider has a very long history with the company. I used to know him as the quality manager for the company. And Thomas is in charge of all the technical aspects of the management of the company. From R&D to supply chain, production, quality management, certification, etc., etc. He really drives all the technical part of the company, which is a large part of the company because we are an engineering company originally. So yeah, so having two CEOs driving different parts where each of them is really an expert is actually a really good thing. So we have it makes the company much more nimble and adaptive now. Yes. Okay. So Burmester's always been close to the musical scene and the music production scene. So there was a contact that was established with Mr. Kaps in Vienna, who's behind the MasterCard project. He's a bit of he's a crazy audiophile, he really is, but he is a bit of a genius as well, like most of those crazy guys. So his thing is cutting direct recordings, or directly cutting recordings of artists coming to play live in his studio. And he doesn't cut vinyls, but he cuts lacquer discs. There's only one manufacturer of lacquer discs left in Japan. That's the only one in the world that's left. And so it was, after we met, it was quite obvious that there was something in common between the quality that he's after and the quality that we're after in terms of musical reproduction. So we decided to team up, and we invested in that project. And for us, the idea is really to try to invite partners who can be distributors or dealers or even clients to Vienna to come and take part, be here in the audience during a live performance of an artist or a group of artists, and be there for the direct cutting of the discs as well. So those discs are made available in extremely limited quantities because they're an extremely rare product. And each performance will be available in a very small number of copies. These will be made available to the public. Each of them will be numbered. They can be considered either as an ultra-high performance kind of music playback, or even as collectible pieces, because they're really, really that rare, to be honest. The thing you have to know about lacquer discs is that you cannot play them as many times as a vinyl, because lacquer is more fragile, and you need your system to be, you need your turntable to be properly tuned to be able to play them without damaging them. So that's where we're going. So we're currently, we had 2 sessions so far, one with Malia, who's a US-based female artist, which was absolutely great. And another one with the Karajan Academy, which is a section of the younger musicians of the Berlin Philharmonica orchestra. And that was pretty amazing as well. The musicians themselves, when they heard the playback, were like, yeah, they were really impressed. Some of them were, how could I put it, confounded, because they could hear tiny mistakes that they made during their own playing that they didn't hear when playing. So it was really, really impressive to see that, and that's something that we will keep doing in the future. The BX100 is here. Well, first of all, it has several missions. One is to fill a gap. We used to have a pretty large gap between our B38 speakers and our BC150 speakers. So the BX100 is the first of 2 speakers that will bridge the gap between those products. And the other thing, as you can tell by the name, it's slightly reminiscent of the B100, which was a huge success for the brand quite a number of years ago now. And so we kind of, as usual with Burmester, we tried to find the balance between tradition and getting close to the 100, the B100, in terms of form factor, size, shape, and at the same time looking to the future with really innovative solutions, especially in how the tweeter is mounted in the speaker. So that AMT tweeter is, as you say, completely free from the front baffle. It floats in front of the speaker. And what it does is that it gives it an almost ideal environment in terms of dispersion and directivity. So what that means in terms of result is that that speaker resolves like no other speaker I've heard from anyone, actually. So it gives it a quality in terms of sound staging and focus, which is absolutely unique. So I'm sure there will be a pair here at the Taipei show. Not this year, unfortunately, because we still only have prototypes at the moment. They're final prototypes, but still prototypes, and they can't travel. But next year, at the Taipei show, there will be a pair of BX100, I'm certain. Yes, the 232. It was supposed to be on the market already, but we are running a bit late on that project. The 232 is an integrated amp that is completely modular. You can either buy it as a simple, traditional 2-channel amplifier, or you can have it as an all-in-one product, including a streaming and DAC module and a phono preamp module that have slots at the back reserved to have them on board. There was a lot of work that was done on the analog part of that new integrated, from the transformer to the power supply to the power section. It's a proper dual mono amplifier, and it will put out about 200 watts under 4 ohms per channel, with a big dumping factor and good resources in current as well, as usual with Burmester amps, to provide a lot of control on a lot of speakers, even pretty complex loads. So that new amplifier is supposed to be here at the end of the year as well. We're still, working on a couple of software issues that we have, because software can be quite stubborn, as you know, and we develop everything in-house, the app and the software of the machine itself, because we don't want to be dependent on a third-party company when there's, an update or anything like that. We want to be in charge and to be able to react as quickly as possible. So that is coming, at the end of this year as well. Yes, there's something that we started about a year ago, which is the Bespoke program, which is like a custom shop studio. And this is taking more and more of our time, taking a larger part of our business increasingly. And it's about providing our clients with a unique product where they can be at the source of the design of the product themselves. It concerns the finish of the products, and that can be the electronics or that can be the speakers. So if you want a pair of B28s, for example, painted in the same color as one of your cars, that's possible. If you want to have a special wood veneer finish, that's special. If you want any color for the front baffle, it's possible. Everything is customizable. If you want a pair of BC150 that uses the same leather as your sofa, that's possible. Again, pretty much anything is feasible. As long as it's technically possible, we're willing to do it. What is important is that it's the client who is at the origin of the project, not us. It's not like we're offering a number of limited edition finishes on a given product. Any product is customizable, and we will study the feasibility of each request.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Moses.
Really nice to have a talk with you.
Thank you. It's good to be here, to be honest. It's been quite a long time.
Next time have interview with you.
All right, thanks very much. I hope it's at the Taipei show next year.
Me too.
All right. Thanks a lot, Moses.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.